Hello everyone, it's Claudia here again. So we're going to work on the design that I had sent. But before we proceed, I want to talk about the live I wanted to do on Saturday and didn't do. I couldn't do that live because most sellers wouldn't allow anyone to film in their stores, and by the time I go to downtown to where they wouldn't mind me filming in, it had started raining, so I didn't do that. I didn't do the filming that I wanted. But that aside, if I go downtown, I'm going to film. I'm going to go live, at least for everyone. How are you? Oh, welcome back. How is your day going? Let me first get my primer. I don't think I have it here. Oh, it's raining. Our rain just stopped like 30 minutes back. It was also raining this side here. I'm glad it's going fine. Oh, New York. Oh, that's so bad. I think it's just something to do with October. It's the month that usually rainy. I think it rains a lot. This is the primer that I use, and tips that I'm using are 5.4. No, it's 4.5. Let me show for you the brand. Here, this is the brand. Then the designs are going to work. Let me show it to you. We're going to do something with Builder. Yes, we got rain this summer. Oh, that was so bad. So I didn't have rain during the summer, but during the fall season, there's a lot of rain. Wow. I love to learn about new climate. Forget about this. This is just my university things. I didn't have some piece of paper to draw the designs aside, so I had to just use one of my books. But these are the designs we're going to work with. The first one is going to have some red glitter. This is the gel we're going to use for it. It has a red glitter, and then there is the black. This is the black we're going to use. Then the pink we're going to do is the builder. I'm going to work with builder. Yeah, basically it's the same everywhere. Then the white. No, this is the pink. I didn't pick the white. Let me first get it. Oh, me. I'm from Uganda in East Africa. I'm from East Africa, and I've spent most of my life here in East Africa and in any other region in the world. Though I've ever stayed in Geneva with my mom because she worked there for some time. And those were during my early stages of life. So I've spent most of my time here in East Africa, Uganda. And the fact that East Africa is like home to me. It's been my home. I was born here, raised most here. So this is the brand we're going to use. This is the pink we're going to shade 10, and this is the brand. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's a Chinese brand. It's a bit hard for me to pronounce. As you can see, this is the pink. It's kind of a bit deep. So based on the design, we're going to work with we're going to put the base first, then we start every other design later. So how is New York? Aside the fact that it's rainy today, oh, how long I've been doing nails? I think this is my third year. My third year of doing nails. Oh, it's going to be your fifth year. Wow, I love this so much. Tell me, it's literally half a decade. Tell me, how has the journey been for you? Has it been so nice? How is the New York market? Then I also tell you about the market I have in Uganda. Yeah, I've heard of Long Island. At least we learned about that in geography. It's one of the New York islands, right? Yeah, we learned about that in geography. Oh, stuff expensive. Did that shift happen like during the COVID time or it was after the COVID? Like, or has things just been expensive for years back before COVID? Oh, yeah, I think, yeah. It also happened here for us. The economy has really gone so bad. And honestly speaking, the creative sector in the country dropped literally down because most of the things that we use for our creative world need you to like use the materials from abroad and all of that. It's very hard for you to clear taxes. We suffer a lot with taxes here. Oh, that's beautiful. Buying things in bulk and using that, I think it's the best and the wisest thing you can do, especially in this economy. It's really good. So how about the customer? The customer, how do the customers act there? Because for you, I can tell you here for free, the customers here don't like once something comes in the beauty industry, it literally doesn't leave. It always doesn't like leave easily. People don't want to see new things. By they are rude. Oh God. And you see, the thing is this. I feel like in an industry like the beauty industry, there has to be mutual respect. Like from both the side of the customers and those delivering the services. Because I can guarantee you, you can't be rude here to someone, especially if you're the customer. Meanwhile, that's the difference I've seen with most of the people abroad. Like I do see some TikToks where people complain that the customer was rude and all of that. This side here, you cannot get away with that as a customer, being rude to someone offering you a service. But also need to understand that products are a bit expensive, especially if you want quality. The things that are very quality, they have the quality, are usually expensive. So how do you get mad over prices of things that are good? That baffles me, you know. And beauty is not like a must thing. I don't think it's a must thing, especially nails. They're not things which are a must for everyone, right? It's a luxury. If you can't afford it, then I think it would be best to just leave it. Because of course there are certain types of luxury I can't afford. I don't bother myself trying them out or getting angry about it or mad over it to people. So how do you like manage the rude customers? How do you navigate that? Like how do you navigate customers being rude and all of that? But then I also think you people's system, when it comes to like things like payment for services, is better compared to us here. Because I can guarantee you, most customers, of course, they're not going to be a bit like rude over prices, what, but they're going to tell you they want to do things on credit, right? And if you live in an area where most people don't have the cash on all the banking services and everything, and they want to do everything on loans, then they pay you later. It's hard, like credits. It's very hard. And actually, that's the reason why our beauty industry doesn't really grow, because we're struggling a lot from those kind of people who are not willing to pay on delivery. And you really cannot go with the system like someone has to make an appointment before you give them the services. That's something that works in those developed countries, but it can't really work here. Most people are not going to make an appointment. Can you imagine, like, some for us here, someone can just walk into your store anytime and want to do their nails there and then. And the fact that that system of making maybe an appointment, then you do the nails later or the hair later, literally doesn't work here. It's a bit something which is more of Western. Much as I feel I like it because at least you know the people you're going to work with, right? I've tried incorporating it into my work, and I'm glad it's starting to work for me because I'm like in a smaller setting. I don't do my business downtown, no. I work with students because I'm at the university. Oh, bye. See you next time. Thanks for the interaction, though. Say hello to her. Back on the topic, like, making appointments before like doing offering somebody the services. I don't think it can really work here much in a larger setting. But at least where in the uni where I study, I've tried putting it into my into my system. I don't do work for someone without them making an appointment. And really it has helped me build a genuine clientele. Because at least now that wasn't me last year when I started a business in school. That wasn't me. Because I remember you'd make an appointment, people will not follow it, they're going to just cancel anytime they feel like, then they will come. You can't put fines, and it's just a messed up industry down here. So for someone who is doing nails maybe in a more developed country, wow, I really envy your life. That's the truth. Because at least you have a system that is working. And when I say working, it's not necessarily only benefiting you, the people, it's benefiting everyone involved in the business. You get it? So that's a beautiful thing about having a country that is with rules that are working and they are worth it at the end of the day. So we're going to cure this and we start the designs later on. So it's really a bit hard, especially if you're working in a country like mine. People are not going to follow those rules of like making appointments. Once you cancel, you have to pay a fee. They don't work here unless you're willing to lose customers and build trustworthy ones. And that was a choice that I had to make. Much as I felt bad that I'm going to let go of a lot of people, but at the end of the day, it gave me that much needed number of people that were really worth it at the end of the day. You get it? So sometimes it's really hard working like in an environment like ours where a lot of people feel we're supposed to cater to them and everything that we do has to align to what they like without having to think of how it's affecting us, the people offering them the services. So I really feel like in this business, you should be willing to just take those major blows and, you know, restart, realign your life in it. And of course, we also have these ones who are like, oh, you're charging this for this and that. How about I come with my products? Oh, really? In the nail industry, I feel that's so hard. But for someone who is working maybe in hair, I think that would work. Like you come with your own products, then they will maybe charge you for the time, the labor, and all of that. But for nails, there are those who really are so dry to suggest that they don't want to pay to you. They want you to use their products and you only charge for the what? For the products. You have that a lot. But I think we're going to start with the red glitter, which is here. I want you to see it. This is the gel we're going to use. I think the cover removed, so I really can't say which brand it is. But of course, these are the usual nail polish brands and gel brands that I use for my practice or my videos. They're not the ones I use on my customers, but the brands are usually similar. So you can see this is the red, the glitter. We're going to use it here first. And PSA, I usually don't file for the what? For like practice, I don't usually file. That's why I take my time in my application so that I don't have to file for the builder. We're going to cover this and we also apply an extra layer for it, have that good shine. As that dries, we're going to work on the black for this. There's a black lining here. This is the second layer. There's a black lining here, and we're going to mix this black with some clear gel to give us that exact look we want. But before we do that, I think it's best we make a Frenchy curve, then we proceed from there. Oh, pardon me about that. Just getting a lot of messages from the class group chat. I wonder what's going on there. So here, I want to see the fade. You get it, the pink and the black, which has been mixed with the liner. It's giving that ombre-like look, but we're going to make a genuinely distinguish the Frenchie from the real nail bed. It's not that much visible on camera, but I can still see the French, right? So I'm going to cure this and also come as we work on this other one. For this one, it has genuinely black and doesn't have like a black that is mixed. So let me first, where's the black? Yeah, it's here. Gabriella, everyone is sick and it's going around. Gabriella, who is sick? Hmm? Who is sick and what are they sick of? This line here, it's just going to guide me when I'm going to put the the charms. So it's not something like you should take very seriously. Yeah? Let me get some extra black. The one I put here is done. Oh, I feel really bad for you. That's so sorry. My quick recovery to her, because I know how bad that can be. So bad. Hmm. So the weather changes, it triggers her allergies. But do you have any form of a history of like bad breathing issues or allergies? Hmm. It's in the family. Oh, sorry about that. But is she like extremely young? Because so that might be a contributing factor as to why she's still struggling with them so much. She's 9. That's still pretty young. It's really sad, with the way the weather is. The weather is not fine literally anywhere now. And here we don't have winter, so the fact that winter is also approaching, I think it's really not a good look. But have you tried like going to a larger hospital maybe for consultation? Move the camera. Wow, at 29. That must be really be so hard on everyone, because at 29, having illnesses, especially the breathing illnesses that are very active, is not something which is literally a joke. It's so serious. I really pray the medication works, because so the next thing we're going to do is to finalize with this red. This further is dry. I think yeah, I think giving her tomorrow to see how it still persists is a better thing. Then if it doesn't work, maybe you try going to see the doctors again and you change the medication. You're Jan, hi. Oh, you're leaving already. Okay, bye. It's hard to get the doctor's note because everyone is sick. But I think as a kid, they really need to give her the attention. You know, the more the attention is not given, the worse the whole situation gets for her, right? We're supposed to use here pink, but I don't have the other shade of pink that I wanted. So I'm going to use pink and lilac purple. Yeah, for this, I'm going to use pink and lilac purple to draw the pumpkins. So before we draw that, let's first do the Frenchy. This one French, let's outline it. I wanted to go for a dark pink and a lighter one plus something that is very, very light, but I don't have the dark pink shade, so I think we're just going to work with, because I've checked here, I don't have it in any of my collections. I could, maybe let me mix the pink shade that I have. Let me first mix the pink shade that I have to see if we can get that pink that we want. It will cure us. The weather is here changing for us again, by the way. So it might rain again. And for us, immediately it starts raining, power goes. That's how funny our country is. This is a pink that I have. Let me try mixing it with some lighter, with, with the colorless, and we see how the whole look will be. Oh my god, it's windy. Let me first close my windows. We're in the wet season. We only have two seasons here, the wet and the dry. And when it's dry, we don't have fall. We don't have fall. We only have the dry and the wet. And let me tell you, you'd rather be in July. July is the best month here. You'd rather be in July than escape to August. Because August to like at the end of November, it's very cold and it rains a lot. So by the time it reaches, what month? Let me see. By the time it reaches like December, the sun is out. Up to May, it shouldn't find you in Uganda if you are not someone who was born here. If it finds you here, you have a lot of stories to tell your future self because the heat is way too excessive. Like you can't manage it. It's so hot here. That's how bad our weather is. Cold, hot. We don't have the fall or we don't have all of that. So I'm trying to mix the pink, that light pink, that pink with some of the colors. It has given me something very light. Let's do that. Then we do the solid pink and some maybe the lilac. I just want to give it that look, that extra look. So like the weather, like when it's very hot, our temperatures like from December to like May, it can be like 40 something. That can be the least. Like at night, yeah. At night it's cold, whether it's during time for the wet season or the both seasons it's usually cold at night. Yeah, it's cold. Isn't the pink also overly diluted? Because longer. I wanted to first. We're going to use the black to give it that texture. So don't worry on that. We just want. Oh, I also love to learn new things about new places I've never been to. So our weather is really not the best to be in. I really wouldn't advise anyone to like want to spend a lot of time into it. It's just not a friendly one. So we're going to also do. Oh, hopefully, if I make it to the New York, I will. I will let you all know even on my channel that I'm in town. But of course, that's in the future. Yeah, I will. So this is the lilac purple we're going to use. We're going to do a pink and lilac purple as extra pumpkins for the design. As that dries, well, for the first design, we're going to make a star. This is the first time I'm doing a star. I've never done it before. So don't ice me up when I don't do it the right way, okay? Isn't this really not too big? I feel it's too big for the design. Let me try to reduce it. Let me wipe it off. And let me first try this again. Yeah. This, this, good. This. Yeah, it's true, it's really expensive to travel. Can you even imagine? Just traveling to the neighboring countries is quite very expensive. And so it's really something, one luxury that has become so hard for anyone to accomplish, especially if you're not doing like I'm trying hard. If you're like someone who doesn't have the money that at least you can fall on any time, like it's large, no? So let me fill it in. And for us here, when it's very dry, during the dry season, right? At night, it's extremely cold. And in the morning, it's extremely cold. So those are seasons where if you're someone who has breathing issues, you're even more likely to fall sick during the dry season compared to you being sick when it's during the wet season. Because the wind comes with a lot of breathing issues. And the roads be so dusty, especially we have those maram roads a lot. Like not all the roads are well tarmacked, no. We have a lot of maram roads. So that dust can be extremely much. And the trees are shedding off their leaves. So you don't have even shade to sit and relax on already. Then there's a lot of dust. It makes it so hard. So this is the star. I'm going to cure it. So this is the first pumpkin. Let me obstruct the light and you see. Here it is. So let me do the one for the pink and I cure it later. Because I needed to cure this alone. So like during time for the dry season, the trees are shedding off their leaves. There's a lot of dust and it's so like hot during daytime. And actually that's the time where you need to be careful about your movement. You know, most of those animals are coming out of the bushes to come and take some rest maybe where they're journeying trees. And you know, humans also there. So it makes it a bit hard, especially like in my home village. That makes it even worse. Like you're going to sit under the shade. Oh, looks nice. Thank you. Like you go under the tree to take maybe like some rest. There's also a snake there. So it really makes it a bit hard here for us, especially during the dry season. I'm going to cure this. But before I do that, let me first draw using the lilac purple. Yeah, it's a very hard thing. Really, living in an area with such harsh weather conditions is not something I would want someone to. And in fact, that's the reason why you find families that can afford maybe plane tickets and all of that. Usually will go out, like they travel abroad. Oh, sorry, that's my neighbor. I think he's slamming this door. I don't know why. That's why you find families that have money and all of that luxury, who can afford it, travel abroad during the Christmas season with their families because it's really the weather is not favorable here. It was hot this year. And by the way, before we proceed, I watched the news about the hurricane. I don't know exactly the name. I can't remember the name so well, but a lot of property was damaged. I really feel so bad for the families that lost people. May the good Lord heal each one of them. Mm. It was hot this year, like hotter than the usual. So we're going to draw, under the star, we need to draw a bat. I try to sketch something which is away from the usual way I draw my bats. So we're just going to figure it out how best to come up with this. But I think it will be best. Let me first. Oh, wait. My phone is. I'm over raising at my this. Then we're going to have the head somewhere here. Wow. And there's a way a lot has changed with the weather. Because this was not the way how the world was like a decade back. But now, so we're going to draw this here like this. Like we want to do something like a wing. You've seen this. My phone. So I'm going to draw something like a wing. And here We will put this dot. Oopsie. This is to form the body of the bat. So we're going to make some dab things too. Yeah, nail art. And I talk a lot, so don't expect me to work fast. In fact, actually, that's one of the reasons why I don't like doing my friends' nails, because we're just going to hear from the beginning of the appointment. Ah, have you seen the sun is back? After it becoming very cloudy just some minutes back. That's how bad the weather here is. Oh, it takes me 12 hours too. I think I found my people. Yeah, I spend a lot of time doing the nail art to the extent that my own friends can be like, I think if I'm making this appointment, I'm going to make it as the last one for the day. Let me clean this off here. There's something off I'm not comfortable with. Going to organize it. They can be like, I know we're going to talk a lot, so it's just best give me the slot to be the last person of the day. So we talk a lot. So we're going to make like some type of lines and curve them to give texture for the wing. And remember, for the wing of the bat, these guys are watching soccer, so they're going to make a lot of noise. But please have grace with me over that. Takes you like 5 to 6. I understand. You know, also one thing I know is this: when you rush the art, it doesn't come out, it doesn't give. So it doesn't really make sense for you to rush when you're not going to be able to like do your best the way you felt you should have. So this is the bat. Let me if I see. Yeah, I've tried to draw the bat. Let me cure it as we work with this. I think the other nail is going to be done separately. We need to give it separate time. I think let me use the longer brush because carving these lines with a shorter brush is a bit hard for me. So this is the pink, the lighter pink. Then we're coming for the lilac purple. But do you also do home services? Like if someone wants you to do for them nails, but they want you to come to their place, do you offer that? And what's your thought on that? Because it's something a lot of people do request for me. I really don't know whether I should take it. I've only done once for someone because she was heavily pregnant and she couldn't come to where I do nails from. So how would you like? What's your thought on that? Do you think it's a good idea to do home services for people? I think we're going to cure this. These are, I think these are enough pumpkins. Let's leave the other part alone and not do anything on it. So we're going to remain with only maybe carving like some type of stamp like things for it. Meanwhile, let's be working with this one here. As you can see here, it has some charms we have to put in the middle. Of course, it depends on the type of charms you have. Then also we're going to do white. Yeah, let's do the white first. I think it's easier to do it first when we come for this other design later. This is the white that I use. I don't know. I think it has been like 7 months since I made a long video. I need to create some time over this weekend and do some longer videos because it's like something that I've neglected a lot. There was an air bubble I had to remove them. Something you have to remember. I think some time back someone asked me on my lives, how do you make sure that your lines or your designs don't spread out of proportion? I think for you to have fine lines, especially when you're drawing Frenches, this is what I do for my customers. I usually ensure that I put the matte top coat first. So you can see this is it. You put matte top coat. After putting the matte, then that's when you draw the design. So having that, like putting the matte, then doing the rest of the outlines later gives you that good smooth look. So we're going to cure this and we'll come for the charms later. Meanwhile, as this cures, I think I'm a bit tired. Let me change it to this here. I think I'm a bit tired of drawing the same type of stems for the pumpkins. I don't know, I feel like I want something new this time around. Meanwhile, the only two that I know. Let me just do that instead. I think you can see it here. Maybe here. It can't even be seen well. If you've just joined the live, you're welcome. For all your questions, you can ask them in the live chat. Just be respectful about it. Hmm. I think this can do. So this is the glue we have in market that we use for like maybe attaching our stickers or the jewelry, a lot. This is the only one that we have in the market. And if you can't use this, I think you can also still use your 3D builder gel to like stick on your charms. This is a charm. This is the brand I'm going to use. It's still, I think it's a Chinese brand still. Yeah, it's the one that I'm going to use. So let me try it. Open it up. I use it for practice also a lot. So before I apply this glue, we're going to line up and to see how many charms we really need for this project before we put the glue. I don't have my jewelry picker, so let's Snapchat do it. With my nails, it's a bit hard. Let me get. I wish I had like some pure golden charms. I think it would look so good on this nail. I just don't have them. So we're going to use this instead. Oh god. Let me just put the glue and we do it like that because time is also running and chances of us surviving with this power issue, power shortage is very slim. I'm going to cure it for like 30 seconds. As it cures, we're going to put a top coat for these other designs. It's been long since I worked with matte. I need to find my matte babies back. I don't know. On Wednesday, I was planning to go on a live, but we have our Independence Day and my faculty is having a game. So my going live on Wednesday depends on how my programs in the morning time run, because I can't go live during the morning time. Most of the people who watch my content are still asleep at that time. So it will be best I go in the evening, late in the evening, when most have just woken up, maybe. It's going to be our Independence Day. We're speaking of Independence Day. Are we even independent? It's the question I have. Oh, my country has really suffered. What's this? There's one charm remaining. We need a very tiny one. Wait, I have one more down. Should I really put it instead? I feel it's way too tiny for the rest. No, let me get one that is just closer. Mhm. So I'm going to keep it for like some seconds and we'll apply the pot. So I really want to go live on Wednesday again. It's either going to be a tutorial, or if it finds me in town, it will be a review of some of the stores we have in town. But of course, the issue with downtown people is they are not willing to let you record in their stores. Like, even when you've purchased that products already, like you want to record the products that you have purchased. Like when you're still in their vicinity, they wouldn't allow. So I also understand the privacy of the stores is very mandatory to them. So it's a little bit hard for me to be that live, but I really like appreciate it if my viewers can see where I get my products from. And also I show for them some of the brands that we have that are very active in the market. For UPQRing. So we're going to put the top coat for this. I don't know if I'm the only one. I usually don't like putting gel, especially like the clear gel on top of my charms. I'd rather put it under it, but not on top of it. I just don't feel it. So Wednesday, I really want to go live after lunch. Then maybe another day I feel like I want to go live is Friday. The weekends, I don't think I'm going to go live. That depends. It depends on how the whole week would have been for me, especially like balancing my programs with the business and also down there with school. So if my Friday and Thursday go well, because my Thursday is already all booked up, I have customers. So I might go live on Friday. I can't specify the time, but when I'm going to go live, I'm going to make a post about it. So everyone who tunes into my lives know. Then for the weekends, that's not promised. This week especially, it's not promised. But I'm going to go live on Wednesday. I really want to. And when I say evening, I mean the East African time. So here are the nail arts. They're really not that You can't really see them that much. My camera is not the best. I use an Infinix, by the way, not an iPhone, so don't don't ask me what camera I use. I use an Infinix. Yeah, it's an Infinix, not an iPhone. So I'm going to record videos of these so that you can clearly see it. And thank you everyone for having tuned in into the live today. I really appreciate the effort. I appreciate the time. Nails, Adorexo, yes. I really loved the conversation with you and everyone that tuned in today. There's who? I have a name here. Let me see. Gabriel Phillips, yes, you're so nice. There is also Diojan. See you all again on Thursday. Oh, no, on Wednesday, not Thursday. So I'm going to record a video of this clearly so that you can see the whole art so well. And and when I'm going to go live on Wednesday, I'm going to show for you the designs that I'm going to do the way I showed for these ones today. So you can see each design, the first one, how it came out, the second, no, the second one, this is here, this with its jewelry and everything. Then this one, the pumpkins, they added an extra pumpkin, so there's a difference in it. So goodbye everyone, catch you again on Wednesday and Friday this week, same time.